this is your warning for all U.S. residents. If we have ever had an SHTF moment, this could be it. Because recently, Russia has been conducting some fairly odd maneuvers. For instance, they have dispatched modern warships with advanced hypersonic missiles through the Atlantic Ocean and into the Indian Ocean. We also have warships off the coast of Hawaii, and Vladimir Putin has stated that sending tanks to Ukraine would push them closer to nuclear action. But what is really going on here? Well, there's a lot of news that is coming out lately. However, it is now just starting to flow through mainstream media. But there's an issue. We actually have been getting these reports for months. We have been getting reports that Russia is getting closer to the United States. Russia is threatening nuclear action. And these reports have been coming out for months. However, mainstream media has not been talking about it. That's concerning. But that is not the only thing that's concerning. What about this recent news that Russian nuclear ships are sitting off the coast of Hawaii? Well, this isn't new. We have seen this multiple times in the past. This information is not hitting mainstream media either. They're not talking about it. Now, granted, the Russian nuclear ships, they are still sitting in international waters. But you have to be within 12 miles of Hawaii in order to break any laws. They are still sitting off about 25 miles off the coast of Hawaii. However, 25 miles is still pretty close. I will explain why in just a minute. But here's the bigger thing. This sends a clear signal to the United States that Russia can get very close to the United States if it wants to. That's all they're doing. But this isn't it either. We also got more reports from Russia themselves that Russia says they are carrying out hypersonic missile exercises using a frigate in the Atlantic. Yeah, Russia says that these missiles, and they are doing this, but these missiles can reach a top speed of Mach 9, which is 9 times the speed of sound. And they say they have a range of 620 miles. So should we be concerned when any warship is sitting just 12 miles off the Hawaiian Islands? Yeah, this should be fairly concerning. But again, it doesn't stop there. According to a bulletin from the bulletin from Atomic Scientists, they just announced recently that their metaphoric doomsday clock has now moved closer to midnight than ever before. We are just 90 seconds to midnight. Now again, it's a metaphoric clock, but this also means we are 10 seconds closer to midnight than we were a year ago, which means the tensions are only increasing. They're not going away. This is a problem. Now, according to Dr. Rachel Bronson, she is the president and chief executive of the bulletin. She said, and I quote, "The point of the clock is to assess where humanity is and whether we are safer or at greater risk. And as we move the clock closer to midnight, we are sending a message that the situation is becoming more urgent." And it is. Not just because of the issues we've seen over the past few years, but over the past year, well, technically 11 months from yesterday, that's when Russia invaded Ukraine. But it's not just Russia. It isn't Russia, okay? According to reports from Newsweek about a month ago, they are saying that both Russian and nuclear naval ships have been spotted less than 100 miles off the coast of the United States within the past few months. What does this mean? Well, this means that we aren't getting the news. Why isn't the U.S. government telling us about this stuff? Do they not want us to worry? Or is there a bigger picture here? Something else we should know? Well, here's something that you do need to know. The United States and Germany have both decided to send tanks to Ukraine for additional assistance. Now, these tanks paint a very different picture. These are changing our strategy that we once had. Before, we were sending more defensive military equipment, but by sending a tank, this shows a shift in our strategy. This could easily be construed by Russia as the United States and Germany jumping into this war. That is concerning. Now, as far as what kind of tanks, well, we know the United States, according to these reports, they are planning on sending M1 Abrams tanks to Ukraine, and then you got Germany, who's going to send 14 Leopard 2 A6s to Ukraine as well. Now, the thing that you need to understand is both the United States and Germany have been waiting. They didn't want to send off tanks. The United States says they didn't want to send off tanks because that they guzzle too much gas and they're difficult to operate. This is what one person said. Then Germany was just waiting until the United States committed before they decided to as well. So this could be fairly concerning because Russia has already stated that jumping into this, it could be them, could be the United States and Germany saying, you know what, we're jumping in and we are going to jump into this war as well. That is a problem. And the reason this is a big problem is simple. Russia already blames the United States because Russia claims that it was ready to strike an early peace deal with Ukraine, but the West ruined it. So we're going to see what happens very soon. What I can tell you, though, is that these tensions are not going away. We are expected to see more Russian warships surrounding the United States. We expect Vladimir Putin is going to come out and issue a statement because of this, the United States and Germany sending off tanks to Ukraine. But again, this is the warning. Okay? I want to give you this warning to all U.S. residents. We are not going to see prices for food come down anytime soon because of this war. This war is going to cause food to go up in price. We're also going to see energy be fairly unstable for a little bit of time, at least according to multiple experts. Now, one thing I can tell you is the best thing you can do right now is just be prepared. Prepare for SHTF. Prepare for the SHTF moment because it could happen at a moment's notice. Again, when we are seeing that metaphorical clock is 90 seconds to midnight, that's concerning. We were 100 seconds to midnight last year, and now we're 10 seconds closer. So this is not the greatest news. Now, the last thing I just want to say is I'm going to try to keep you updated on everything that's going on regarding Ukraine and Russia and the United States. But as of right now, it could be it could be a lot of bad news. I don't see much good news coming out, especially anytime soon. So because of that, just expect anything that I talk about regarding Russia, regarding Ukraine, or the United States is likely to be bad news. Right? Just want to preface that and say, if you don't want to watch those videos, I completely understand. One thing that I do ask, if you can spend just 2 seconds on this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, click that subscribe button so you never miss an update. But again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.